This is a 2020 GMC Acadia. It's a 3-row SUV from GMC in the Denali trim. I'm gonna give you my review in the form of 10 things you need to know and 3 gripes at the end. You're gonna wanna hang on for those starting right now. So this GMC Acadia was all new in 2017. It continued on through 18 and 19 with minimal changes. For 2020, they refreshed a few things. I want to talk to you about those. But if you're new to my channel, consider checking out some of my other reviews. I do car, truck, SUV reviews. I'm just a normal guy and I review the cars that I rent, borrow, and own. Thanks for watching. Hey, click that like button. I really appreciate it. It helps this video and my channel. Thanks, and let's get to that list. So the first thing I want to talk about, number 10, is the exterior. So the Denali trim comes with a exterior package. It's chrome heavy, so it features a lot of chrome. It's kind of a certain look. It's supposed to give it a more upscale, premium feel. They have their trademark front grille, which kind of looks like a cheese grater. To me, the overall design for the Acadia is mellow, especially compared to its Chevy Traverse and the Buick, I think it's called the Enclave. You know, the styling of this is very subdued, subtle, very GMC-like. I think it looks really nice. There isn't a whole lot of updates to the way the Denali looks. If you are looking for a different look, however, consider checking out the A24 package. I think that's what it's called, which is inspired by the similar kind of off-road package where it's got an appearance package and suspension upgrade for the GMC Sierra, and they've brought it into this lineup for this year. I believe it's called the AT4. Check that out. All right, number 9, the Denali trim. So I talked about the exterior, but on the interior, you get some options. You get some kind of the top tier starting point. There are some things that it doesn't include, but what you do get includes wood trim. You get the leather trim seats with the, you know, white stitching throughout. You get the base level safety package included, the base level technology package. There are some options which I'll talk about later, but overall the Denali is the best starting point, but you can get to most of the options at the different trim levels. You just have to add them in the form of options. So overall, the Denali is really your starting point, and to me, you're paying for that premium look, not necessarily the overall option package. Number 8 is the back seat and cargo space. So you're gonna get a 3rd row in this SUV. It is a usable 3rd row. As you can tell, I jumped back there. The back seat also has plenty of room with the 3rd row there. Yes, you can find more room in something like a Suburban or a Sequoia, and there are others even in this level that have more 3rd row room, but it becomes a balancing game. How big do you want the SUV to be? So if this size works for you, I think there's plenty of room in the 3rd row. As you can tell, I fit back there. However, it wasn't easy to get back there. So if an adult was traveling in the back, the 3rd row every day, I think they would tire of that. With the backup, you have minimal storage space left. It isn't like you could take, you know, 5 kids and all your luggage without a roof rack or a trailer or something like that. And so the rear space represents good utility. You can fold it all the way down. Check it out like I did here. The back seat has plenty of room. You have rear AC controls, USB ports for the kids in the back. Overall, pretty good. I would give it a A-. Okay, number 7, the infotainment system is one of the things they updated for 2020. It's a lot like the GMC Terrain, which I reviewed. I'll link that up here, but the system has been upgraded to be more phone-like, easy to use. I really like the system. I find it to be very intuitive. I think you will too. And it's got some good features. You got Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. You can add on a nav package. You've got the GMC product, or the GM Wi-Fi 4G hotspot that you can set up for the vehicle. You even have different users, so you can change your profile by clicking on the screen. So overall, the infotainment package, pretty solid update for 2020. I like what they did. Good job. Okay, number 6 is the safety. So the standard package with the Denali comes with lane departure assist, which you can turn on and off with this button right here. Blind spot monitoring on both mirrors. That really helps. There are blind spots in this vehicle because of where the B pillars sit. It does not have, this vehicle does not have the $14.95 technology package. I recommend you get that package. It includes adaptive cruise control and the surround view rear camera. So if you look at this camera, when you put it in reverse, all you're getting is the camera straight back. And the surround view actually gives you a overhead looking view, which is kind of a 360 system, as you may have seen in some other vehicles. And so I think it's worth that extra package, especially for the adaptive cruise control. Frankly, I think it should come standard, but it doesn't. So if you're looking at what option to buy, I recommend that one. Hey, real quick, if you're new to my channel, check out my other videos by clicking the subscribe button. Click the bell notification so you don't miss anything. I have new videos every Monday. Thanks for watching this video. Click the like button. Let's get back to the list. So number 5 is the engine. Now the engine has a 310 horsepower V6. And one of my very first reviews, I drove the Buick version of this. And you know, some reporting out there says that the engine is underpowered. I really didn't see it that way. I don't see this as a, you know, a V8 type of suburban SUV. It's a V6 family car. And so if you're looking for more horsepower than 310 horsepower, I'm just not sure this is the vehicle for you. Maybe you tow something like a small boat or trailer. However, the V6 at 310 horsepower to me is adequate plus. It's by no means a, you know, a fire breather. You're not, but it can get you on the highway just fine. It's got plenty of pulling power. When you load it all up, yes, it would weigh it down. I would stay away from the 4-cylinder. I just don't think it's enough, even though there is some miles per gallon gain, which I'll talk about in a second. But overall, the V6 is decent. It's a front-wheel drive SUV. Okay, number 4 is the miles per gallon. So the miles per gallon that I achieved in driving this car for several hundred miles is around 21 miles per gallon combined. The best I was able to see was about 29 miles per gallon, and that was cruising around 65 miles per hour. Anything faster than that, and it really starts to decrease, even closer down to 25 miles per hour when I was going 75 plus. And so the miles per gallon are decent. I would like to test the 4-cylinder to see how much better that miles per gallon is in 2020. They have an available turbocharged 4-cylinder. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I just don't know, and it's not in this vehicle. But it is an option for you to look into. If you have a 4-cylinder, consider leaving a comment. Let us know what you think of it. I believe it was an option made available for 2020 model year Acadias. Let us know. All right, number 3, what is this vehicle like to drive? So it definitely drives heavy. It's a bigger SUV, but it doesn't feel giant size. It doesn't feel like a truck by any means. It has a car-like ride, very smooth, quiet. You're lower to the ground. It's very easy to get in, but you're higher than a ground than a car used to be. And so for a lot of practical purposes, this is just a really big car. You can tow some small stuff with it, but driving it is nice. It's easy to park. It has very good manners. I enjoyed the ride quality both on the highway and in the city. So in different situations, it drives very nice. It has a cushy ride. I would describe it as Buick or Lexus-like. It's a softer, smoother, refined feel, not precise or sharp or anything like that. You could also describe it as a little dull, but that's, again, the overall point is to be comfortable, easy cruising, miles melt away. So it's a good car for a family. All right, number two, this GMC Denali's trademark is that it's very well appointed. So you got lots of this really pretty wood trim with the grain in it. It's in the doors and the panels. It's kind of all over. Black leather, everything. The black plastic material seems higher quality. There's some good leathers. Overall has a very GMC Chevy feeling interior, which I would generally describe as car-like, even though this is, you know, part of the GMC line. The controls are laid out very simply. They're very easy to operate. I think ergonomics is one of their focus points when designing everything. It's very reachable. It's all right here. However, I also think it feels very plain. It looks like they took a Chevy interior and just put some nicer materials to it. What it lacks to me is kind of the design feel of something that's premium or luxury. I'll talk about that a little bit more in the gripes, but the main point is the interior is nice, it's simple, but it's not sophisticated and refined, which is something at least I expect out of a Denali product. What do you think? Leave a comment. All right, and then the final thing you need to know if you're considering buying this vehicle is the MSRP. So the GMC Acadia starts at $46,695 in the Denali trim. So if you add $500 for the paint, which you have to unless you get white, and then you add the $1,500 technology package that I mentioned, you're only up $2,000. So an MSRP of, what is that, about $48,700. Figure that you can get at least $3,000 off. So for a well-equipped GMC Acadia Denali, you're looking at about $45,000 for a leather-clad GMC people mover, grocery getter. Overall, I give this a B+. I think it's good, not great. I think that their design elements are focused on easy usability, but are not necessarily high design, and they're priced closer into the luxury market than maybe they're acting like they are. So overall, I like this Acadia. I wish it was a little bit more refined and a little bit upscale, but overall, I still think it's a great buy. If you're interested in it, I would recommend picking it up. Hey, before I go, let me get to those gripes. Okay, number one, I gotta remember to film this, but there's a trim piece that's kind of like black chrome inside the center console. And it's angled just so that when the sun or light reflects, it looks like something in the center console is notifying you, like a blinker or a lights on. The problem with that is it keeps making me look down because I think it's trying to notify me of something. Gripe number two is adaptive cruise control. I mentioned it as part of that technology package. I believe it should be standard equipment in a Denali vehicle for 2020. From going forward, adaptive cruise control is the standard, and at a luxury level vehicle as the Denali is marketing itself, you should have adaptive cruise control included. That's my take. And then the third is the interior. It's nice, it's comfortable, it's basic. It's not special, and the Denali denotes something that's supposed to be special. So I feel like GMC was a little bit lazy in the equipment and the overall design that they used in the Denali trim. In fact, I think the Acadia is a good buy. I might stay away from the Denali trim. I'm just not sure it's worth the premium, but that's your call. I wouldn't say it's a bad buy. I'm just not sure I would spend my money on it. That's my overall review. So thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos, new videos every Monday. We'll see you next time.